Hey guys, Scott here again with a new beer dissection video. What I have for you today from New Belgium, Voodoo Ranger, Experimental IPA. I'm sure I'm going to have my typical pictures popping up multiple times. I'm not going to say it's a new compilation pack, but at least new to me because Voodoo Ranger, I guess the brand, well, New Belgium's the brand, but Voodoo Ranger is kind of like their subcategory. And when I think of Voodoo Ranger, I think of IPAs. Well, they had a compilation pack I hadn't seen around a little bit, and they kind of mixed some of their classic hazies and other IPAs. I think there's Juice Force IPA. Again, I'm probably going to have the box pop up on the screen. But they always seem to include kind of a newer IPA. I think I read since January they started doing that. So you have some of the classics you've seen for the last year, 2 years, and they throw in kind of a release, kind of a new one. Now, again, I don't know how new, quote unquote, new this one is, but I've never had it before. So I thought it'd be good to do a review on it. I think I am going to be, again, the compilation pack maybe popped over my face already. There's 4 beers, 3 of each kind. And I'll be doing either face-off videos on those, depending on when you're watching this, so you can take a look out for them. A lot of people like the face-off videos, which I'll pit 2 of the IPAs in that pack against each other. Just in my opinion, we have a lot of fun with it. And then as well as standalone beer dissection videos, which I'm going to be doing today. So if you are interested, New Belgium, which again, is not unfamiliar. I mean, they were originally out of Colorado. I think they have a brewery near Asheville, North Carolina. I think they were bought out by Lion Beverage in Australia and then Kirin from Japan. So they're kind of big beer these days. That's why they're very easy to find in your local beer store. And that's why I like to review these. I like to review these compilation packs because if you've watched more than 1 or 2 of my videos that I do a beer from a compilation pack, I always say you kind of get a nice little profile of a particular brewery or particular brand. So again, the Voodoo Ranger guy's been around for ages now, it seems, and they typically do the IPAs. So this one's coming in. First of all, it has a best consumed by September of this year, 23. I'm filming this in kind of mid-May of 23. So, you know, I'm presuming it was not canned that long ago. So you remember, you also want to watch out for your IPAs that they're not aging. But again, I won't go down that wormhole right now. This is coming in at 6.6% alcohol. I believe they're using Citra hops primarily in this. I think the IBU units, when I looked real quickly, was about 32 IBUs, which are International Bitterness Units for those that don't follow me or don't know much about the brewing process. That's pretty much it as far as the specs on it that I can kind of share with you. And I mean, by all means, look on their website. They got a lot more information there. I think they're using pale malt, Pilsner, and honey malt, I think, is in the grist. Okay, the grist, remember, is kind of like the recipe for the particular beer. So, Voodoo Ranger, Experimental IPA. Again, I probably have had pictures popping up on there. You know, I've been always very pleased with Voodoo Ranger. I mean, there are other IPAs out there, probably like Equilibrium, Hill Farmstead, things like that, that may produce better beers. Or I should say, I know some of them produce better beers. But, you know, with these beers, it's always good, you know, at the grocery store, your local beer store, you're in a pinch, you want to grab something. The Voodoo Rangers have always been pretty solid for that reason, and they're always very economical. It's great. I'm already getting a whiff of the aroma on this one, which is also a good sign. Okay, so again, Citra hops, honey malt, Pilsner malt, and what did I miss? I said it before, a pale two-row. So let's take a look at this one. Very nice. Half-inch. I only paused there because I'm getting a whiff of the pleasant hop aroma. About a half-inch of a white dense foam. You typically got the dark straw color, light gold, kind of opaque haziness that you would expect from a juicy. And I should mention that the pack is, and I probably had a pop up, I think they call it the hazy pack. So you're going to get a lot of juicy hazy. So if you like that particular style, they're there. And I mean, I like that style, but I like many other styles of beer. So I didn't pick it up specifically for that. But again, Remember, these IPAs a lot of times are brewed with oats and unmalted wheat and things like that, which will also give you some of the haziness besides coming from the hops. All right, so nice, kind of dark straw, light gold color, definitely hazy. Okay, let's take a sniff of the aroma before I lose the concentration here. Oh, you got a nice citrus, grapefruit. You got a little tropical fruit here too, a little pineapple. I'm getting. Let me do a little flyby here. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. So again, citrus, pineapple, grapefruit. Getting something else too. I'm trying to think of other tropical fruit I'm getting on this. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe pineapple, a little peach, grapefruit. Malt is neutral, as you can imagine there. You kind of get that white bread, doughy kind of malt here. Nothing too dark. Okay, but very nice. Okay, guys, cheers. Let's take a taste of this. Hopefully it tastes as good as it smells. Definitely, what would hit you first is you kind of get that citrus, the grapefruit. I'm just getting the bitterness. The bitterness is actually just kind of moderate to kind of pronounce it. And I think I said 32 IBUs, so that's what you'd expect. There's a little bit of a sharp carbonic bite on the front end, but it goes away very quickly. I'm not getting that pineapple tropical fruit I got in the aroma. I'm actually getting a kind of a dank, like almost like you had Simcoe hops in here, but there's no Simcoe. But again, you're kind of losing the hop flavor. I'm just trying to figure out what. There's no alcoholic warmth. Let me just talk about that. I wouldn't expect that at 6.6. The body's pretty light, pretty easy drinking. This is not like a heavy double IPA. There's not a lot of residual sweetness. It's actually quite dry for many IPAs. I'm not going to say dry like a lot of your Belgian varieties out there of beer. But, I'm losing the flavor pretty quickly, though, on the hops. It's not really lingering. It's definitely kind of subdued. I actually would have expected it to, the aroma was definitely had a little more oomph to it than on the flavor. I hate to say like dishwater, but it's almost like you kind of get it up in the front end. You got to hit with that citrus, little pineapple, grapefruit, and then it kind of fleets away a little bit. It's still, like, again, I hate to say dishwater. It actually is a pleasant drinking beer. I just expected that I'd be getting a little bit more hop flavor on this. And again, it's not that old, so I would think just kind of losing it. It's just not, I've had, like, if you've had even Heady Topper, or Focal Banger, things like that. You kind of get hit, or was it, forget the one from Connecticut. You get hit with the grapefruit, and then it just kind of lingers and kind of smacks you in the face, almost like you're drinking fruit juice. Hence why a lot of times they call these juicies. But again, nice beer. I probably would like it in a repertoire of IPAs because it's at 6.6. Because some of these beers that are sitting at 9%, I think there's a couple in this pack that, has so much alcoholic strength to it that, you want sometimes something a little more sessionable. So I would say this is kind of like a very light-bodied New England IPA, hazy IPA, juicy, solid. I mean, like I said, this brand from New Belgium, the Voodoo Ranger, always produces good beer. I'm left even on the aftertaste as I took that last swig. Again, a little bit of that pithy grapefruit, but you kind of lose that fruit juice early on. So if you're looking for that, this wouldn't be for you. But if you're looking for a nice, easy drinking, sessionable, IPA that's not a fruit bomb, which is good because I know a lot of people reading through social media, and myself included, I don't like to, if I drink one of those that are at 16 ounces that are really big with fruit juice kind of flavors like grapefruit, I have like one, I've like had enough of it. I want to go to something else. This is one you could have 1, 2, 3 and not feel like you're just being overwhelmed with that fruity, hazy, juicy. Grade-wise, I just got to say it's average. So I'll just say kind of B, B minus. There are a lot of other very good juicy hazies out there that you can find. Equilibrium makes them, just again, off the top of my head, Hills Farmstead, the other one in Massachusetts. But again, if you were seeing this one, Xperimental IPA, it's part of the 12-pack, or maybe they have it in 6-packs or bottles, depending on where you live in the country. Good. I mean, it's good. It's average. I'll enjoy the rest of this can, but it's just a little underwhelming on the hop flavor. All right, guys. So that's the beer dissection for today. New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Xperimental IPA. I wouldn't stick my nose up at it, but I think I've said my piece with this beer. It's okay. It's good. Average. All right. Nothing fantastic about it, but thankfully it is fresh. All right, guys, till the next beer dissection video or my next beer video in general, have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.